money for nothing, just for free.
Hey guys, this week hasn't been the greatest week for me making videos, so I'm just going to combine the Magic and the Pokemon portfolio update together. We're over 2 weeks old on the portfolio, but for the past week, the Pokemon ETB portfolio is up roughly 1% in the past week. I have not added the Destined Rivals Pokemon Center ETB. My order got canceled, so I'm looking for another one right now. Yeah, unfortunately, that happens a lot on eBay. You order a Pokemon Center ETB, and I've only experienced this with Pokemon Center ETBs, but then they don't send it, cancel the order, or whatever. All right, guys, let's move on to the Shiny app. All right, so for the past 7 days on the Magic portfolio, we are down a little over 1/4%. But still, since we started the portfolio over 2 weeks ago, we're up over $100 on the total portfolio value. We were in the low 1200s. Now we're in the low 1300s. Let's break into some of the raw numbers and see what's going on, guys. All right, so up first we have Outlaws of Thunder Junction. It's been a hot mover. We were approaching 300 on the last update, but we have backed down to the 287 range. Supply numbers in the mid 60s, kind of where we were before. So no real supply added, but price has fallen a little bit. We're going to notice this trend in a lot of the Magic collector boxes. They're just falling back a little bit. Okay, Aether Drift. Aether Drift is been on a hell of a run. We were sitting at 180 forever. We're up to 225 now. The supply has gone up massively. We're up to 401 right now when we were sitting at like 250 last week. This price hike has brought out a lot of sellers. I really thought a lot of people were just trying to get rid of this at the 180. They didn't even want to hold on to it, but apparently some people were holding on. Tarkir Dragonstorm. If you haven't bought any of these collector boxes yet, I would say this is the best one to get for right now. It's a great set. It's the set before Final Fantasy, so there's a possibility it was a little bit short printed. I'm not going to say short printed for sure, but I'd say maybe a little bit. At release, it was 360. We're down to 320 right now. Supply, we're down at under 250, which is pretty good. And Magic fan loves this set. Magic fans love this set, guys. I'm telling you. I've made a couple of trades on Facebook Marketplace, and yeah, the real Magic players, they want Tarkir. If you haven't gotten any of the collector boosters yet, I would say get this one first. All right, Crimson Vow. This was on a hot run from 125 to 180, and we've just stalled out at 180. There was less than 100 supply. Now we got over 110, which ain't too bad. Still, for a box this old, you just want to see the supply consistently going down. But we're still looking fairly decent. All right, let's move on to Pokemon. All right, Paldean Fates, 375 now. All right, so in the Pokemon portfolio, I'm not going to want to have ETBs over $500. Once it kind of hits that point, we're going to try and switch out, go to something cheaper. We see more potential in, more percentage gains. But Paldean Fates is different. I don't know. When we get to 500, we will review, see what else is out there, and go from there. But for right now, just enjoy the ride. Paldean Fates, you know it's going to continue to go up. All right, Journey Together. Still hanging out at 130. A little bit of a price bump from the original call at 125. But supply is slowly but surely going down. We're down to 93 now. I think last time we checked, we were at 97. I did check during the week. We did pop over 100. So still slightly going down on supply. And once we get real low, this thing will be popping. Twilight Masquerade. Okay, lots of supply has been added. We're still hanging around the 150 range, though. Excuse me, guys. Too much weed this morning. So we got 84 on supply when we were hanging out at the low 70s. The booster box is still moving a little bit, but yeah. like I said, guys, I think that booster box needs a little bit more price action for people to start noticing this, and then this will just pop off. Hopefully. All right, Destin Rivals regular ETB. I've been noticing a lot of ETBs been dropped lately on some drops, guys. So I imagine Destin Rivals will be coming out more ETBs. Like I said, when I recommended to add this portfolio, do not buy off market, buy off retail. If you really want one, there's a lot on Facebook Marketplace for $80. If you don't want to wait for retail or something, I mean, $80 is a good price off. We're still floating right under $100 for a market price. And supply, we're down to 278, which it's still good. It hasn't moved down that much, but when we first started this, it was over 400. All right. Destin Rivals Pokemon Center ETB. Like I said, guys, my order got canceled, so I did not receive one of these yet. But we're still hanging out at the 250 range, even though I ordered that one at 220. I'm going to have to pay 250, it looks like now. So let's see the numbers on that. 98. So we're under 100. Not bad. I can't remember where we were at with this. I think we were pretty low, actually. I think we were in the 70s or something. But either way, you know, Destin Rivals is a great set. Probably going to be the best main set of Scarlet and Violet. So I will be adding this to the portfolio and a weird 11 number, but we will fix that in the future. All right. Astral Radiance. Up to 138 right now. We originally made a buy call at this at the 125 to 130 level. It is not many out there. There's 26. And the Astral Radiance booster box is making a little bit of a run, so that'll help us out. Let's break into some of the roll numbers since we have so little here. Yeah, pops to 140. Yeah, we got a lot of resistance at 140. Looks like we will be hanging out at 140 a little bit before we get to 150. And obviously, more this thing moves, we have to monitor how much supply comes online. 26 is really low, guys. All right, Brilliant Stars, another times tour. Twilight Masquerade, we got 2. We got 2 Brilliant Stars Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. Probably been one of the best performing for the past few weeks. We're up around 20%. We made the initial buy call around 150, 155. We're now up to 179, 180 range. Down to 34. Supply, it's kind of stable. Every time we sell some off, some more come back on at higher prices. So we've been hanging around the mid-30s for a while. Every time some get sold, some get listed. So it's been pretty stable supply number there. All right, Evolving Skies ETB, 344. Still hanging out at that range. With all the Evolving Skies movement lately, it's kind of weird how we have not seen these ETBs move that much. But then again, like I've said, I think fair value for these is around $500, excuse me, given the current booster box price. 45, that's a decent amount of supply, but you got 2 versions of these, so we're figured probably around 100 supply on TCG, because you can also, they have the pair listing as well. All right, Fusion Strike Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. One of our all-stars of this portfolio since April. We bought in at 210. We are currently at 385. We're thinking about moving this one out. We're probably going to be taking profit on this soon, guys. There is another Pokemon Center Sword and Shield Elite Trainer box that I see that should be moving right now. That isn't. I kind of want to ride Fusion Strike because I think we can get some more gains before this other one starts moving. But I will be monitoring the situation close. But either way, if we get up to 500, for most of these ETBs, I want to take profit, sell, move into something else that we can find. Those percentage gains from like low 200s, low 100s, up to 500. That's a lot better than 500 to 1,000, you know. That's what we're looking for, the percentage gains. And the portfolio we want, as we switch out, we're going to be taking profit. So it's kind of like an ATM machine paying you. All right, guys, that was this week's update. Have a good one.